Hey, well, thank you again for taking a listen. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm not uh, soft hearted. I actually really want to know if there's ways to straighten anything out here. So I think, real quick, um, there's probably two things that were seemingly unrelated at the time that converged to make this song. And the first is that my son, Kevin, who was 30, died a little more than 3 years ago of a fentanyl overdose. He had mental problems most of his adult life, and largely it didn't include drugs or alcohol, but occasionally it did. And on this particular day, I guess he felt like this was what he needed to do, and probably somewhat because of his inexperience, got something that was bad for him. And I always thought, maybe a song would come of it. It almost felt horrible to even think that. But, I tried a few times and I had some notes and nothing really came of it, and sort of wasn't even thinking about it at all when a friend of mine and I decided to try and write some songs together. And so I came up with a few tropes, to maybe, that we could pick to try and figure, something out. And one of them was, the one that I had come up with was a guy who lives alone in the woods. And so I had the chorus for it really fast. And kind of as I kept messing around with the verses, what I finally realized was that, it wasn't about Kevin per se, but a lot of him is in it. So I think the title was in the notes that I sent you. It's called Calvin. In the pale gray haze of a cold mountain day, flashes of gold on the pine, Calvin settles into his daily repose, running free in his dreams and his mind. He says the sun hurts his eyes, the day's flag burns him bright, and the voices confuse and confound. He's faithful but faithless, broke but not broken. He's poorly and he's all run aground. In the lost river valley, the lost city lies, and the ghosts keeping watch with their knowing eyes. They say death's not fair, but is fair even a thing? When there's no tears to cry, no voice to sing. He'd found this old shed, it even came with a bed, up a draw where time stops and turns back. It's kinda rough when it rains, but the night's dark and deep, and his mistakes are his own in that shack. In the lost river valley, the lost city lies, and the ghosts keeping watch with their knowing eyes. They say death's not fair, but it's fair even a thing. When there's no tears to cry and no voice to sing. His dad comes around after stopping in town and hangs his supplies in a tree. He waits round a while at the foot of those spurs. The cow stays away, is rarely seen. 'Cause it was too much to know, too far to go, and too many mountains to climb. So he stayed up that ridge, though he peeked down a bit and froze himself grateful in time. In the Lost River Valley, the lost city lies, and the ghosts keeping watch with their knowing eyes. They say death's not fair, but is fair even a thing when there's no tears to cry? They say death's not fair, but is fair even a thing? All right, well, thanks, guys. Oh, maybe little additional fact, like we didn't even know he was doing this, but after we'd cleared out his apartment, we had no idea that he was doing kind of that AA thing of listing his grateful things every day. Had been doing it for a long time, so that was kind of the explanation for that punchline in the chorus. All right, guys, anything, that you have to say, like I said, really, really happy to hear it. And again, I appreciate so much all that you do, and that you're maybe, willing to take a little bit of time with this. Thanks. Bye.